Hi, it's me, Toby, the so-called artist here. Um, I'm a bit sleepy right now. It's been a month and February has just started, but it's been a month. But I'm also like in classes right now for college, and I'll tell you right now, the spring semester is not letting me up. I am losing, but in a good way. Like, I am challenged in my classes, so that's good. I like being challenged when I'm learning, but I am also very limited on my own personal free time. I am back and forth with homework and then my day job, and then I come home and work on projects, and then I sleep. So, not much time to do the fun stuff, but I've been sitting on this idea for a while now, and I'm finally going through with it. So, I'm going to try and have this video up on Thursday so that the theme of a throwback Thursday works. If I don't post this on Thursday, you guys are allowed to just like comment L in the comment section because I'm really working hard to try and get things out when I want them to be out. But I have this drawing or like this art spread that I finished a while back. I did this January 30th of 2024. So this is just like a spread that I did of my Starhead character. This was before they became like an official design for anything. I just like had them as an object art persona that I used for a time. But I really like the layout of this, and there's nothing on the back here. It's just like paper. I go through a lot of sketchbooks and some of them get thrown away, but I'll take out the art that I like and I'll keep it in a pile or in my binders. I call them my archives. But I really like just the layout and energy here, but I want to do it again, but with Star Crunch, that's them, in their current design. So I have some art of Star Crunch over here, so I'm going to slide that up. This is Star Crunch now. I turned them into a bit of a self-insert OC for the Amazing Digital Circus because I really like the show and I'm excited to see where it goes. So they are kind of like a low poly PS1, PS2 kind of character. But whenever they talk, they have like a text bubble pop up with a portrait. And it's like a fancy portrait that pops up whenever they're talking. And I really like this design. Something about it like is really nice on my eyes, and I love drawing it. I also have like a warning: if you have a phobia of eyes, please skip ahead. I'll put a timestamp on here. Okay. This is them abstracted. So this is the creature they would turn into if they got abstracted. I had a YouTube short that I did of this, so you guys can watch that if you want to see that art process. And I really love this character's overall design. Something about it is just scratches an itch in my brain. So much that I also, another secret project I'm working on is I'm making a 3D figure of them, like an art figure. I've been doing things like this in my free time where I'll make like actual figurines or statues of my characters. So I got this Poppy Playtime player doll. It was like $10, and I think that the proportions would be perfect for my character. So right now, they are just drying, and then I have to pick up some clay and stuff to finish working on the head, and I gotta paint the rest of like the body and stuff. But that's stuff I'm doing just for fun in my spare time. So, you know, when I have the time to do things, I decide to do, experimentation. So I'm going to get my desk set up so that we can get into the actual art process. So here we go. So as we get into sketching, you can kind of see another illustration that's on the other side of the page. But I've been doing like really loose, chunky sketches with my big pencil, my chunker, That's my Otto Sharp pencil. It's like a I think it's like a milliliter. 2M. So you know how most lead is like a 0 point something? This is 2. So it's very chunky and thick. But I have all the old drawings just surrounding my sketchbook right now as I'm sketching things out very loosely, just blocking in the placement of everything. There's something about drawing with like low polygon intention that makes it so much easier. Like I don't have to worry about curves or how something folds into another. We're just sitting shapes on top of each other. And that is the easiest thing ever. I don't have to think too hard. Think less. Less word, do more. Sorry if my voice sounds a little raspy. The cold air, I'm not sick, but the cold air has just been leaving my throat and my voice just out of whack. So I'm dealing with it. I've been drinking a lot of tea and stuff. But I do like sketch out or block in all of the little chibis here and there. It's a really straightforward process. I don't like how that one arm came out though. It was a little short. I do fix it later. But I decided to do like the 3 main, well, not really 3, it's 4. The 4 main poses on the spread. So it's like them floating, the chibi sitting down, and then I really like the pose of them just having their legs in the air. I don't know, something about it is just like, ah, yes, that's something you would do. Like you just lay on your back, you just kick your legs in the air. Very cutesy. I did put a little square rectangle. Yes, a rectangle for round where I wanted the more realistic illustration of them to go. So about the character is like they do appear as low polygons, but when they're talking, a little text bubble will appear with like a portrait, kind of like Stardew Valley. So like they have a fancy portrait that appears, and it's like their human face. I was going to sketch in the final chibi, but I decided not to because I have like these big stickers that I want to put on the page, and I just wanted to leave the space blank so that I could put more stickers and stuff on the page. So there is a jump cut in the recording because I forgot to turn the camera back on and hit record when I was doing my like second pass of the sketches. So I have like my first layer, I call it, of my rough sketches, and then I do my cleanup sketch. So that's when I add like the defining details of a character, their wardrobe and everything. So that's what you guys are seeing now. It's the cleanup sketches of all the little chibi and like the other laying down pose. I like how I did the eyes in this illustration. It's very me. You know, it's my style. But I think I might be changing the way I draw eyes soon. I'm not 100% sure. I've been testing out some new stuff. I'm really in an experimental phase right now. Mostly because of my art class. I'm in a character design class. And so, like, the purpose of that class is you have to get experimental with your designs. So, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of that in my artwork. I think it's really shown through, not so much as in this video, but in my previous video with my Splatoon character. Like, the way I approach character design has definitely changed a little bit. I take my time more when it comes to designing characters, as opposed to just going straight into it with the design. I'm now thinking about the whole process of it, you know, the shape language and whatnot. But I'll talk about more of like character design and processing in another video. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's a second video coming out in the month of February. I know, shocker. But back to focusing on the sketch. I did change up the outfits just a little bit, not a lot. Honestly, the changes come in like the coloring more than the actual design that I'm drawing in front of you guys. I did have to like readapt everything for the blockiness of like the low polygon style because the initial illustrations I did, they have a more realistic body type. I do sketch out over here their portrait, but I will very quickly change my mind on it. So you will see later. I am going to do the sketch and everything on a separate piece of paper, but consider this my thumbnail. This is my practice, my warm up for what I'm going to do later. So the little peace sign they're throwing up, I'm not even sure I kept that. I don't think I kept the peace sign. I think I changed their hand to do something else. But this was just a little thumbnail. Right now, things will change. And that's, the part of the art process. Everything is subject to change. Nothing is permanent. And we're back. I have made a few changes from sketch to line art. For starters, I did take this sketch away. I'm still gonna do it. I decided to do it on a different piece of paper. I got these scissors that cut like funny edges onto things. So there's the illustration. I decided to use one of my older styles that haven't really shown off, really. There was a period of time where I only did artwork for this one video game and I only posted in the game's Discord. So you wouldn't have known unless you were like checking out my Ko-fi page that my art style looked more like this at a period of time. So I did this illustration and I think, yeah, I'm gonna like stick it on here with all of my stickers and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna color this and then we're gonna add more to this collage. I did already add my washi tape and some post-its here and there just for some visual interest. I'm going off of now I'm gonna say this weird, Fruiter Aerial aesthetic. I've been really into it lately. I got these stickers off of Etsy. This is their name. I'll tag them in the description. I got a lot of like stickers and stuff from Etsy. Please don't look at my Etsy cart or my shopping history because you're gonna see a lot of stickers. But I have that, so that's like the color palette and the essence I'm going for, because they are like a digital character. This is like a little character that pops up, kind of like a little cursor. So if they were a cursor, their cursor would just be a little star that appears. But yeah, I'll talk more about character lore either in the coloring phase, or maybe I talked about it in the line art phase. Not the line art, the sketch phase. I am doing this voiceover before I do my second voiceover for all of the speed or sped up drawing stuff, so I have no idea as of right now what I am going to say. So this will be a delight when it comes time for editing. Anyway, let's get to coloring. So editing Toby here. It was a delight editing this and having to listen back to my disjointed explanation of things, but here we are. We are actually going to talk about the character themselves in this section of the video. So, this character is called Star Crunch. They are my digital circus, the amazing digital circus OC. They did initially start as an art sona. If you guys don't know what like art sonas are, I was thinking about making a video about that. I will make a video explaining like what art sonas are for you guys. So there's that. But their name is Star Crunch. They weren't always, an OC for the digital circus. I think I did that a couple months ago when I really got into the show. I was like, oh, I'll just use this character here. But I originally made this design. Oh gosh, how long ago was it? I think it was like 2 years ago that I first made this like a floating star head character design. I don't know, I woke up in a cold sweat one day and I was inspired, so I went with it. But yeah, they are like an old game introduction character. So like in their lore, they kind of introduce characters to new areas. And so when they talk to characters, a little speech bubble or like a text box will appear and it has their portrait. And that portrait is like a prettier version of their, a human version of them, has like a normal mouth and face and eyes so that they can talk. But their, avatar is this low polygon floating star character. I will put like a picture up of like their actual outfit. These are just like fun outfits I like putting them in. But, I'm a fashionista. I'm a diva. I love the fashion and all the different styles. So, of course, my characters are going to get dripped. They will be dressed immaculately. They don't really have any, like, additional lore. I don't make a lot of my characters have, like, deep backstories unless it's, like, related to, like, a long story. When it's just, like, self-insert characters like this, it's just me if I was in this situation. They do, however, they live in what I like to call the night circus. So the characters in the digital circus, I call them the day circus, and they live in the night circus. So they don't stay in the tent with Kane and them. They exist outside the tent with, like, the moon and the stars. So they only come out when it's nighttime, which fits because they are star and they guide people through the dark. So if there was, like, an episode of, because, like, when Kane was like, oh, we can't be out here, the moon gets frisky or whatever, I'm like, oh, yes, he doesn't come out during the nighttime, but other characters do. They do, however, have a little funky dog. His name is Skrunk. He's a balloon animal dog. He's based off of an actual balloon animal that I have in my house. It's deflated. He's an old dog. He's deflated. But I do show him sometimes in some video. And, like, I think it's on a YouTube short when I was making shaker charms. I did show off Skrunk. So if you go through my shorts, you can see him. He's just a little guy, but I love him. And it has turned into a love for balloon animal-shaped dogs. I have several of them in my house now. I have a whole collection. Maybe I'll take a photo and I'll put it here for you guys to see my collection of balloon animal dogs. Completely unrelated to the topic of this video, but here are my dogs. So unfortunately for, like, this character design, there isn't much, as I said, there isn't much lore or backstory stuff I can give you guys, so it's not going to be a very interesting, info dump about the character. They're just there. I thought they were a cute design. I went with it. That's just how I do things. So I will leave the rest of the coloring process with a little songs for you guys to tune out to, jam to, and I will catch you guys in the final part of the video. Voila! I am very pleased with how this came out. It's something about this, like the layout and everything, is very soft and fluffy, and it tickles my brain. I really like how this came out. So I will show you guys the original page. So this was my first attempt that I did of this style back in, January 30th of 2024. And almost a year and a month later, I decided to redraw it, and here it is. I'll bring it closer so you guys can get a real good look at all the sparkles and stuff, and all of the little textures and everything. So that's it. I have, like, a whole pile of artwork that I plan on redrawing and stuff, so I won't always make it a video, but some of them I will. But I want to thank you guys for watching. All of my art will be posted to my Ko-fi page or my Tumblr. I'll keep all my social media links in the bio, or, well, the description of the video. That's what I mean. It'll be in the description. And I will say, keep an eye out because there's a very special video coming out this month. It's a big project I was working on. I had to keep it hush hush, super secret. But I will get it done, and I will have a video edited for you guys so you can watch and learn of my experience because, ooh, I have a lot to talk about. My only hint is that it's for a contest, and when I reveal this video, I would like you guys to know that by the time the video comes out, there will be less than 2 weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks before the contest is over. Do not join the contest if there is less than 2 weeks left for you to get work done. I don't want you guys to stress yourselves out. I'm only in this contest because I heard about it last month and I've been planning ahead for it. So please, when the video comes out, do not stress yourself. I know it's going to be really exciting and you're going to want to do it. There will be like very, very little time. I can't stop you, but I will heavily, heavily recommend that you do not join an art contest at the last minute. Alright, that's all for today. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!